Oh, hello, you big old goobers. Welcome, man. It's good to see you, Mothman. Congrats on being first prodigal. I hope you get to a doctor. Oh, hope you guys are doing well. How's life going? How's everyone doing? Oh, that's great. Quantum is a great guy. Big fan of his. By the way, he is doing a big partnership with Alexa for Olexmus. So definitely, we put the link in the Discord and the news. Definitely go throw a couple bucks over there, save some kids. Let me grab the link again here. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, he's almost halfway up to his almost all halfway up to his goal. Good for him. Good for him. Shoot. Oh, Lexa. Oh, Lexa. No, are you serious? Oh, that's so sensitive. Wow. Well, I'm sorry. My deepest apologies. But it's so good to see you all. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I'm excited to be diving in here. I got the bug last time we were streaming and working on the overlay. I want to start working on some games again. So I want to rebuild Rescue. It was that project that started off with such great intentions. and on Game Maker way back in the day. And, then we had our first game jam, and I tried out Godot, and I just hit myself in the head thinking, what am I doing to myself with this? And then we stopped building it, and I got distracted by a bunch of other things. So today I want to try and start doing starting to rework on it. We work on animations for my next game. Oh, very cool! I can't wait to hear what it is. All right, take care, Prodigal. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, Fuzzy, good to see you. How you doing? Speaking of inspirations for getting stuff done, how are you doing? Hope everything's going all right. Mothman, don't say anything. Don't bring it up. I might get away with it. No. Well, not Quantic, excuse me. Because you mentioned him earlier. Prodigal. Oh, Mothman's got you covered. Here's a hat. All right, there we go. Oh, shoot. Hope everyone is doing just the wellest. Oh, so where do we go from here? What engine is this? This is Godot, Fuzzy Buzzy. This is in Godot, and it's pretty great. We're gonna go ahead and get started. You can see I've done nothing. I have no file structure. I have no nothing. So we're just gonna go ahead and start making some things. We're gonna do assets. We're gonna do scripts. We're gonna do scenes. What else is used a whole bunch in here? Resources can be a sub of scripts. I remember resources are a thing. It's been a long time since I've built any of them, but I remember it's a thing. Let's see. We'll make a new folder for player, and then we'll make a new asset for enemies. Oh gosh, we're gonna need a new folder for UI. We'll drag that into assets. Why not? Sound. Yeah. We'll need sound and lots of stuff. Before the stream kicked off, I did go in to my archives here, and I was able to pull out some of our assets. So look at this cool work that Wife Quest built out. Can I just drag these? Yeah. Look how cool these are. These are such friggin' cool pieces of art. I'm so excited to get back to building this. She did such cool work. Okay, so this is a god. I don't remember who, but I'm pretty sure they're actually not a bad guy. Gonna make one. The idea of this is it was kind of Hades inspired. And let's see. Vulture active. And then Vulture idle. Okay. Hey, Blades, good to see you, friend. Welcome in. Wife. Hey, Blades' wife, good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Hope the little one is fine. Welcome in. Let's see. What else can we bring in? That was folder 1 out of 5. We've got the dog. As a reminder, the whole plot behind Rescue is you are a dog whose owner died unexpectedly and tragically and left them all alone. One is great. You just fell asleep 5 minutes ago. Nice. That's why I can stream right now. All right, take care, Blades. Your owner died suddenly and tragically, and you hear of a competition that the forest animals all participate in every now and again, every X amount of time, where they partake in a race with their patron deities sponsoring them, and you can kind of see some of these. Oh man, so cool. These kind of mystical gods that sponsor different racers and are trying to win, and then whichever animal wins the race gets a boon earned from them, a wish that they can make. And so you go in trying to win the race that no city animal has ever won and bring your dead owner back to life. Hey, fine work with Hillock. Good to see you. Welcome in. How are you doing? Welcome in, friend. So good to see you. Yeah, look at these. Look at all these like concepts for these different gods that Wife Quest built. So cool. These kind of mixing of different forms in order to create these representations of agility and creativity and trickery and speed, strategy, and wealth. It's so cool. All right. We can delete all these though. Great. Doing great. And you? I'm doing just fine. Thanks. I'm excited to be getting back in and getting my hands dirty a little bit with some game dev. So I got the bug for it a little bit ago when we went in and fixed up the overlay and got things up and running. I'm excited to be back and putting all of these really cool assets to good use. Right, okay, and then we have like platforms and backgrounds. So we need platforms, and then background. Okay, cool. I didn't mean to put those in backgrounds. Those should be in platforms. There we go. And then all these guys go into backgrounds. Cool. Okay. That should be all of our like visual assets that are there. I remember I had some other stuff set up for like the leveling up screen, and I'm gonna have to like look back at our documentation to see what was the actual like leveling mechanics and everything. How did that all function? Because I don't quite remember that part. So looking forward to diving into that as well. For now, let's go ahead and get our player node built out, because I do remember that. So we'll go through. Oh, that's right. We need to like make add a child node. I remember this animated sprite 2D. Yeah. And then we go over here. We set our sprite frames. We do new sprite frames. And then we drag all these guys in, right? And then if we hit play, super slow. Let's crank that up. Let's go to 30 frames per second. Nice. Not the smoothest animation, but isn't that kind of cool? I think that's kind of cool. All right, great. So that's paused. We're going to need a new body, collision body, static body. That can't be character body. There we go. We need to have a collision shape. That's right. And we're just going to have you be a normal old bean that will kind of bring down, what did I do? My goodness. Kind of put it right here. And then can I rotate you? How do I rotate? Decided what I'm going to do for fun in my free time. I'm planning on organizing everything right now. Oh, cool. What, like is this game dev? Or you're like, I'm going to organize my closet. That looks awesome, right? Doesn't it look so cool? Ah, man, it's such a tragedy that I didn't ever get this off the ground. We got close. We got a demo out, and it was terrible and super buggy and awful. But that's because a lot of that is because it was in GameMaker, and an extra lot of it was because I'm bad at coding. And GameMaker, if you're not pretty good at coding, and you're building something like this, can run into some issues. Perfectly fine engine, you can accomplish quite a lot in it. But don't get good, right? Like I just wasn't very good. How do I rotate you? Oh, the rotation. That's a 90. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna set it right there, and then we're gonna bring this in a little bit. I'm gonna kind of get into here a little bit. I want to have a fairly small box to start off with, and give a little bit of a feeling of, ooh, I got away from that. Ooh, that was so close, right? My goal is self-improvement. I want to improve my English grammar, time management, documentation ability, social skills, discipline, and confidence. That's a lot of stuff to improve. It's a lot of stuff to improve, but sounds like a good list. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Okay. Now this is a problem that I don't know how to deal with, which is like, I kind of need it on this frame to be up here, and then, reset. Well, we'll deal with that later. Okay. Here's our player. We have our character body. We're going to attach a script to you, and you're going to go into the scripts. And this is going to be the player controller. Controller, great. Create. Shouldn't you come pre-built? I thought that was like a thing. I never used these. Oh, Node will definitely want though. Reminders with my goals to take my time on things, not to overthink or try to perfect them. I'll build and create things as I need them instead of what I want it to be in the end. I'm going to continuously improve things as I learn. That's awesome, Blaze. Good for you. Good for you. That's super great. Honestly, it takes a lot of self-control to be able to say, I'm going to let this just kind of be, and I'm just going to try and be better tomorrow, and I'm not going to drive towards some final outcome. I think we kind of can over focus on stuff like that in our society, and it's tough too, because so often, we talk about goal setting and how important that is, and I wonder how much of that discussion is based on like neurotypical brains, because I don't know, man. For me and my neurodiverse brain, focusing on like goals and outcomes kills me. It doesn't motivate me to push and like do better. It kills my motivation. But if I can learn to just enjoy the moment and try to be a little bit better and a little bit smarter and a little bit and just, have joy in the craft of something, and then that joy in the craft of something inevitably makes me want to get better at that thing. And because I want to like do something better, then I learn how to get better. It's this very virtuous cycle. Instead of saying, I'm going to make the most amazing game in the world, it always kills it for me. So I think that requires quite a lot of self-discipline to be able to say, I'm going to just let this exist and go where it takes me and not need it to be something. Not going to focus on the end game goal, mainly improving, doing things small steps at a time. That's awesome. Good for you. That's super cool. I can't wait to hear how it all goes. This is great. I love it. Thank you for telling me. All right. Sends character body 2D. Is this the right node? Yeah, character body 2B. Meant to be user controlled. Right. Yeah. Well, where's your script then? Extends character body 2D? Is that it? Because like I feel like I'm missing something here. Hey, Otter! So good to see you, man. How you doing? I've been following your YouTube shenanigans, and the big otter, is it? Ooh, is it? No, it's a mole, right? It's a mole that's gonna be chasing after the player. Yeah. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. When are we gonna get demo access to that sweet dog? Oh, by the way, hey, this is a quick. Look what we're making. We're also making a game about a dog. Very different kind of game, but we're dusting this old project off from like 2 years ago. Big Beaver, nice. End of the month, hopefully. Ooh, very exciting. I love it. Very exciting. Game. What is this? What is this? I never clicked on this. Is this a new tab in Godot? What? Okay. All right. What you been up to? Dude, just surviving. Got 2 small kids. Been working at an early startup. And just staying alive. It's going well, though. All things, if everything goes well, within a few months, the startup will be popping off and everything will be great. We'll have a whole bunch of security and good funds coming in, but we'll see how it goes. But family's healthy, doing great, hard to complain. It's been awesome. Except for Aramis' game about feeding a black hole. Yes, him and Thornity both have been working very hard on that. Thornity has been sending me really interesting kind of behind the scenes discussions about it. Like when they first launched in Next Fest, they hit 3,000 wish lists in like almost a day, and now it's gone way beyond that to start off with. So they've been doing some really cool stuff and unlocking some neat business insights there. I'm really excited to have kind of a post game discussion with him, or post release, and see how from his viewpoint what things moved the needle, what worked, what didn't work, all that fun stuff. He's been great. I feel that survival way. It's a good adventure. Well, likewise, Otter. Best of luck to you and your loved ones there. It's so good to hear from you. Yeah, thanks for jumping in. I feel like I'm a crazy person because doesn't Doesn't Godot character body 2D, when you add a script to it, doesn't that automatically add like an actual player character moving script? I feel like I'm a crazy person here. Downloading game assets. I can never have it. You can never have enough. And Humble Bundle knows it. And they are awful. They're constantly releasing new asset bundles. Oh man. Okay, so where do I select that template? I feel like I have bummed this up a little bit. Attach script, character body 2D. Yeah, inherits from character body. Oh, template. Oh, okay. Well, is that new? It's been so long since I have done game dev that it feels like everything in here is brand new. Player controller, we got our template on for basic movement. Great. Create dunsies. Great. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of all that, because the whole point of this game, if you remember, this came out of the very first game jam I did for Pirate Software like 3 years ago. And what I learned from that is I want to be able to, I need to be able to polish something really, really well, because the games that were winning the game jam were not the best games. They were ones that were super polished. So the whole point of this was I want a game that does, you press one button in order to progress. And that button we decided on stream was jumping, and hence all of this has come to be. So this is an auto scroller where the only thing you control is your vertical height. Kind of Flappy Bird-esque. You can kind of consider this a Flappy Bird roguelike in a way. However, you're not flying. You're going to be running on these platforms and then jumping up and down. So, so all that goes down. Let's see. What do we need to do next? We need to get a scene up for kind of our background. Oh, it has been so long since I have done any of this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna say level. Sure, we'll call it that. Put this in here, and then we're gonna add a node. You know what? I think we can actually shortcut this and just kind of bring all this in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're going to set that to 0, 0. And this is what? Far background. This is cloud 1. This is mid background. This is near background, and then this is closest background, and this is cloud 2. Red. Okay. Now, I do also, I'm realizing we need to change our window. We're going to do 1280 by 720. And I think if I remember right, we want to put that in viewport or canvas items. Ooh, gosh. It has been a minute. Uh, there's a way to do this, right? We just change the base resolution. Could have sworn that was in display window. I mean, what if we just change this to 10 and 10? Is that gonna? Yes, it did. Okay, great. Well, we've got the right settings. Big fan. My mega project is going to be a web page with a database for documenting, logging, and cataloging things for my YouTube channel. Oh, very exciting. That sounds great. Well, are we doing this in 1920 by 1080? No. Why is everything so big? 1280 by 720. Okay, great. We're gonna put these clouds next to each other. We're gonna grab all these. We're going to, let's see, how do we scale? Yeah. But I remember there's something about this, like, shoot, I wish I remember this. Oh gosh. 0.5. That was like, you need to use the right scale type. And if you don't, it totally bungles everything. All right. We'll put it right there. How about that? Great. Okay. Love it. So this is the background. Now we need to add, I'm just going to add a blank node. Backgrounds. We're going to throw all this as a child node under there. We're going to add a new, we're going to save this, and then we're going to start a new scene, and this is going to be our platform. Platform. It's going to have, I'm going to rename these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Great. Oh, oh, but you know what? These are different sizes, aren't they? That's right. Ooh. Trying to think what would be the best way to structure this. You know what? We have an ad coming up. I'm going to take a minute to think about how do I want to structure this. Do we want to have the platforms all in here, and then we're kind of like determining which ones we turn on or off programmatically, or do we have different scenes for each platform? I got to think about that. So take the ad. We'll be right back. Hope you're having a great time. We'll see you in just a minute. Hello, welcome back. And Dex Leon, thank you so much for that subscription. Thank you so much. And for the cheer. What a great guy. Thank you, Dex Leon. How have you been? How's the family? So good to see you. Hey, Quantic. So good to see you. Welcome in, Quantic. Windows key plus search, Gemini AI plus write, make a cool new game as prompt. Sit back and relax. I start new projects slowly, planning things, thinking about things. Everything happens slowly over time. I hear ya. Normally I like to plan things out, but this is a weird one for me where like I feel like I have already done all that and I don't remember any of it, and I'm trying to figure out like what all I had and get back into it. So it's like I built this really cool pool, but I don't remember where all of like the hot and cold zones are. So I'm just kind of like jumping in randomly to see if I can figure things out. Oh shoot, that's great. Yeah, so good to see you, Quantic. Hope you're doing well. By the way, everyone, Quantic is, as a reminder, Quantic is partnering with Alexa for Alexaness. Definitely go check that out. Quantic's nearly at halfway to their goal. So definitely go throw some support his way and help those kids out. Dexon with the 5 community gift subs. Thank you very much, Dex Leon. You're just so great. Hope you're doing well. Bachelors are out in force here in New Orleans. Oh, geez, that's no good. New Orleans seems like the place where the swamp would just kind of consume anyone who was against the swamp, right? Like, I feel like that's not a good place to try and mount an incursion. Yeah, of course, Quantic. Gotta push for that. That's super exciting. Actually, exactly what's happening. Is it really? That does not surprise me very much. Not at all. My goodness. Okay. They had a goal for 3,000 arrests. They've had less than a dozen. Oh, wow. Well, that's good. That's great. Yeah, it's man, wild times. I it's like what do you even say? You know? What do you say about that? There's just not any real words that can describe what is happening. It's just yeah, goodness. Uh, let's see here. I think what we're gonna do is we're going to store each of these in here. So we're gonna make a bunch of these guys. Oh no. There we go. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Great. And then we can put 1 in there, 2 in there. Okay. All right, that's how we're going to have to do it, huh? All right, so 1 goes inside node. You go in 2, you go in 3, you go in 4, you go in 5, you go in 6. Whoops, we got off. There we go. 7 and then 8. We'll go ahead and reset these two. Name them Platform 1, Platform 2. Just love and support your local communities. Yeah, for sure. Copy that. And then we can do 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Great. So now We're also gonna need collisions. Collision shape. And that will be a rectangle. It goes into a collision object 2D. Oh, that's right. We have to like make it child of this, right? Or oh shoot, these are gonna have to be different from plane nodes, aren't they? They're gonna have to be bodies. Okay, I'm kind of refiguring things out here. Rigid body. Now the problem is I need something that can move from a script. Yeah, okay, this is what we want. We want a static body. Because these things, we don't want them to be physics. They're going to be floating platforms soaring through the sky. So we just need to, collide with them. But not... what? There we go. But not... cause issues. Okay, so there we go. There's that. So we're going to go ahead and copy that, paste, and we're going to... Can I, like, select multiples? And then change type. Yes. Static body. Love it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get you over here and get your collision shape brought in. Perfect. Recenter you guys right there. 0 and 0. And slide you up just like that. Perfect. You are done. Platform 2. Dex with the bits. My goodness. Thank you so much. Gretzel Fishing Hades 2. Yes. Yeah, I did get 100% on Hades 2. That was a great ride. Gotta go with the last statue in 2. Nice. Finally finished one. Good for you, man. Good for you. Not allowed to lurk. Never allowed to lurk. Absolutely not. Those working with Godot, might be worth mentioning that's extra important to make sure your press kits are great. The tools used to get to Godot assets don't work anymore. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, for sure. Press kits are way more important than you might think. 100%. Your press kit is what is going to determine creators' ability to create thumbnails. You might say like, oh, I mean, that's not like the biggest thing. It is the biggest thing in the world if you want coverage. Content creators live and die by their thumbnails. And the easier you make it for them, the easier it will be for them to cover your game. You will get more coverage if your press kits are better. And not only that, but you're doing yourself a favor too, because if your thumbnails are all going to look great of people that are covering your game, more people are going to click into the video and see your game. And what happens when that happens? Sales go up, coverage goes up, everything is fantastic. So do yourselves a favor, work hard on your press kits. Don't treat it like an afterthought. All right, scooch it in, scoochy, scoochy, scooch. There we go. Great. Platform 4 is done. Platform 5. Alexa was just mentioning earlier tonight that one of his considerations for coverage is the engine that the game is using because he can't rip assets anymore. Godot games are lower on the list of consideration? Wow. Brutal. It makes sense. Like, if it's going to be hard for people to cover the game, yeah, like, you don't want to make a ton of work for these creators. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, thank you for letting us know. And I'm sure that he's not the only one to do that. I'm sure that you and other creators are doing similar things, right? Because you tell me, Quantic, as a content creator, How much time, roughly, do you have in the day? Like a lot, right? Like you have tons of free time, right? No, content creators are business owners. They're entrepreneurs and they don't have time to deal with that kind of garbage. So make it easy on them. Awesome. Okay. Great. There we go. So now we need to make ooh, no. Oh, crap. I forgot about Godot's whole like copying and paste, just paste like references, not their own thing. Ugh, crap. Okay, so how do I do? How do I make this unique? Gosh dang it! Oh, Quantic, you're great. Come on, don't give us none of that modesty garbage. We're not here for that. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. How do we fix this? There has to be a way, right? There has to be a way to like say, hey, please don't. Oh, it's this. It's this thing, right? It has to be its own make unique. There we go. Okay. You, make unique. And then when we change you, yeah, it's not going to change anything else. Perfect. Great. Okay. Woo. Love it. Awesome. Well, we have to go in and change everything for the second time, but it'll be faster this time. Okay. Getting nervous. Suck. Oh no. Why are you doing this? You're supposed to be unique. And you were also supposed to be unique. Why are you not unique? Be the little snowflake that you know you can be. Okay. So far, no issues. 6. We'll just go through and we'll triple check everything is unique. I really wish there was a visual way to tell that. Make unique. Okay, still looking good. Make unique. Doopy boops. Okay, great. Let's go here. I'm gonna make a new node. Just a blank node. This will be platforms. And then we will add a new... Well, thank you, Dexleon, for those cheers. Thank you so much. Instantiate a child scene. We're going to add a platform. We're going to put it right here. And then we'll instantiate a child scene. We'll put the player right on top of it. Why are you behind everything? Ooh, you shouldn't be. Huh. That's weird. I'm liking the background art here, very deserty. Oh my gosh. This is all my wife's work, and It is so cool. Wait till you see uh the bad guys. Like we've got these vultures that'll be coming in as bad guys that you've got to kind of hazards that you've got to avoid. Oops. That's how it looks when it's kind of like swooping in to try and go for you. It's this kind of weird um western deserty US uh folklore fantasy sort of thing. Like, look at this guy. Isn't this guy so cool? Oh, I love this. This is one of the gods that's going to be very Hades inspired. So, one of the gods that will be kind of vying for your attention. These guys. Oops, I did. Oh no, I completely deleted the texture. That's not what I meant to do. That back in. God. One. Okay, great. Yeah, it is there's so many like this like rabbit butterfly thing as the agility god. We've got all sorts of cool stuff. Looks rad like a mist monster or something. Yeah. Yeah, Control Z unfortunately does not affect stupid things you do with the file structure, unfortunately. Look at this guy. This cool like moss mushroom octopus dragonfly thing. It is so cool. So, anyways, all sorts of cool stuff that she has done. I want to test right now what is going to happen here. Will it run? It does run. Good. Okay, that's good. It actually runs. It's a good sign. There we go. I'm gonna push this up here. There we go. So that's our sort of preview window. Let me kind of expand this. Why not? Okay, so it works. That's good. Let's go ahead and go to our character script. We need to change our input map, which is always a big pain. I've been watching Has Been Hotel, really liking a lot of the demon character art. I have heard really interesting things about Has Been Hotel. I've heard somewhat controversial things. Kind of seems like a love it or hate it sort of affair. But sounds like it's being a good time. That's awesome. So jump. And honestly, I think this might be like the only thing that we need. So if we hit F5. Okay. Where are we at here? So console.log. Oh shoot. How do you print in this? Print jump. Is that gonna work? Yeah. Yeah, it works. Okay, great. So this is triggering. Is it because we need to put this in here too? There we go. That was the problem. Is that the sprite wasn't in the right thing, so it didn't look like it was moving. But look at that. Look at that. We got it moving. We got everything moving. Okay. So that is done. Hooray. Look how much progress you can make going back on things. Time is at 9:16. Ooh, okay, we got a few more minutes we can go. where do I want to go from here? Let's get double jump working. And the scripting part, this is where I'm actually going to be leaning on AI a bit. I have no compunctions about using AI to help code. I'm going to be using the gross way of just like talking to AI directly instead of like having a built-in IDE. Obviously, we're in Godot's editor. I would love to have a better, IDE, but alas, I haven't gotten that worked out. So, what we need a double jump. So we'll start with that. We'll jump added to my character script. I have coded this in the past. I know how to do it. I would really like to just like not have to though. So we're going to put that in there. Function get gravity. Yeah, of course. Of course. Wait. Vec2. Okay, so can I just change it to vector2? Will that go away? No. Okay. We actually don't need this. Yeah, we can nuke that because we're using our project setting. And we can get rid of that. We don't need that because it's already doing it. So okay. Plus equals get gravity times delta. So we do need we do still need this. But what is happening here? Why are you screaming when you didn't used to? Velocity plus equals velocity. Okay, so it needs to be just that. There we go. Dexland, thank you so much for the cheer. Appreciate it. Make sure to not add in a ground mount to flying mount action. Nintendo has that trademarked. Will sue your next 4 generations of children. Or throwing a ball to summon a creature. Definitely don't do that one. There we go. There we go. All right, great. I am going to get rid of that. I'm just going to get rid of it completely because it's confusing the AI. Okay. So we've got the double jump. And that's standard. We're going to start with the double jump. The character, one thing that we don't have represented in the art is that there's going to be a harness attached to this guy, and like the spectral form of his owner is going to be helping with this. So, gosh, these memories are coming back to me. This was so cool. The double jump is obviously dogs can't double jump, but if you have your harness on, the ghost of your owner can come down in a spectral claw and grab the harness and lift you up for a second time. And that is pretty freaking cool. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what's happening. The whole Paramount WB thing is so problematic across so many. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Netflix buying them. Way less of a fan of Paramount and all the crazy behind the scenes connections happening there. Fun double jump explanation, very thematic. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about that. We don't have any assets for it right now, unfortunately, but that is definitely going to be what it is. Big ghost hand reaching down, pulling the puppy up for the second jump. Okay. One thing I do want, it's a lose-lose no matter who buys them, to be honest. Yeah, it's wild. We used to have it before where you had like a little counter somewhere on here to show that you had X amount of jumps remaining, because some of the upgrades you can get are like extra jumps. So yeah, exactly, Dex. Let's add a visual counter for the amount of jumps. Simple square blocks above the player. that become transparent when used. Should be fine. Let's see what Gemini spits out, because, like, once again, I've, this mimics my trajectory I had when I was doing web dev of, when I first started out, I remember seeing template websites. This was like early back in the days, like early WordPress times when stuff like that was just kind of getting off. And I was like, like not Basecamp. Gosh, I can't even remember. There was some really popular CSS framework. And I remember thinking, that's so dumb. I want to like build it all myself. And then after a year working as a front-end web dev at an agency, I was like, oh my gosh, just the least amount of work I can do would be fantastic. And it's the same with stuff like this. Like, I've built all this before. I don't want to have to redo this. Please just like give me just give me the code. I'm so happy to just be the senior on the team and directing the people and then checking the quality of the work. To the most recent version of the script. Netflix has basically promised to kill movie theaters, so they're going to cut down the time from theaters to streaming to 2 weeks. Wow. Yeah, plugins and frameworks, please, for sure. I'm part of the problem, but I've been making conscious efforts to go to the movies at least every other month. I do like going to the movies in a lot of ways. There are some things that, like, obviously you just cannot replicate in your home, even if you have the exact same building and theater type, right? Like, it's just not the same as going somewhere, having the concessions experience, having all the other people there, being upset about someone sitting in front of you when there's chairs, like, to either side, or sitting next to you when there's clearly other spots they could go sit in. You just can't get that from the home theater perspective. But we go to the theaters quite a lot, actually. We have a little membership that we subscribe to when we can. You get two tickets a month for like $20. It's not bad. Got auto modded. Oops. We'll allow it. Making a disastrous overlay was such a pain. Took a lot of the vibe-based coding that I was not a fan of. Took a lot of vibe-based coding that I wasn't a fan of. Yeah, vibe coding definitely is, it has its place. And it's getting better and better, especially the more like integrated of an IDE you can have it in. But definitely not the place where you can just kind of let it go quite yet. I do really want to, when I figure out how to get a more developed IDE, and hopefully before we get back on this again, or maybe we'll try doing this at the start of the next stream, is getting all of my documentation for the game into a really good game design document, and then feed that into an IDE so that it can build out what is synthesized into that design document. And I had really good success rates and stuff like that when I'm at work. So, okay, we need to add some nodes here. Can I make this? Yeah, make scene root. Great. Player. And then we're going to add in oops. Player, here we go. We're going to add in a new node. And it's going to be just a simple node 2D. This is going to be jump indicator container. We're going to add a new node. This is going to be a sprite 2D. And then this is going to be jump 1 block. And then we'll just copy and paste. Oops. up like it? Okay. All right. You suck. Jump 2 block. All right. We're going to give you a viewport texture. Or excuse me, not a viewport texture. What am I doing? Placeholder texture. Yeah. And then you are also going to be a new placeholder texture. Great. Okay. Then I think we need to like give it a size, right? If I'm remembering that correctly. Aha. So we're going to like what, 20 by 20? Yeah, sure. 20 by 20. Set you right there. Okay. Now, theoretically, jumps remaining, update jump indicator. We'll go here, and then it will modulate the alpha. Good. To use alpha, what is that? At 0.5, great. We don't want this. Go away, please. Great, okay. Now, let's see what happens. Are we gonna get the jump indicators? Yeah. I think we need to change the mod more. Change it down to like 0.1. Nice. Yeah, that's good. Sick. All right, great. Next up we need to make our platform spawn in randomly. So, given the below structure, give me a script that will randomly enable or disable different platforms on spawn. We'll go ahead and add a script. Scripts. Okay. There's a whole bunch in here I think we're going to have to modify. I don't have a ton of trust in this. Although, okay. I was looking at it. Oh, right. If not engine.isEditor hint. That seems weird. I don't know why that exists. What happens if we open up our level? Okay. You know what? It is randomizing them. Yeah. Yeah, we're randomizing them. The collisions are being a little bit weird. But like working just fine. Okay. Great. Well, that's a whole bunch I didn't need to do. There is some weirdness of like we're sinking pretty far down. So we'll have to resolve that later, but that's a later problem. Let's talk about now a script for spawning them at random intervals in the main level. Then we'll take a screenshot of our file structure to the platforms node and deals with garbage collection. Once they are no longer on the screen, they should spawn. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick so it can kind of see how this works. To the far right of the screen, then move to the left until they move off the screen, and despawn. And I know we'll want to do pooling and everything eventually, whatever. We'll deal with it. Future Joe problem. Exactly, Quantic. 100%. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, attach a script. Scripts. Level. Oops. Accidentally hit the wrong key. There we go. Okay. We'll see what happens here. This seems like a tall order for it. Enabling platform 3, enabling platform 3. Getting a lot of platform 3s. Ooh, that was weird. Oh, 6 and 5. Okay, so it actually is being random. Awesome. Great. What does our, like, tree look like right now? Okay, so it's you know, there's a bunch of them. It looks like it's not quite doing the garbage collection. But they're also not like moving off to the edge. So it could be that as a problem. Now for the main level, everything except for the background should be constantly scrolling to the left. Including the player. If the player falls off of the left side of the level, restart the scene. And we'll put in health and resets and everything like that later. Okay. So go ahead. Let's see. How is it? Okay, so this script. Oops. According to the architecture it has, should be this one. Level, we'll call it platforms. Level platforms. There we go. And then grab all this. We'll paste it in here. And then here, we're going to grab our code that is going to make it auto scroll. We'll go ahead and save. Let's run it, see what happens. Great. Okay. Total crash. Script inherits from, oh, is it? From Node. There we go. Give for a rec not found. Okay, so we need to change this into a 2D. Okay, 2D. Hi, Queen Anne. So good to see you. Welcome in. How are you? Things are going well. Yeah. How's your life going? How are your projects? How's everything going? Player node adopted. Where are we? Okay, so this needs to go up. And then player. What is happening here? Try that. There we go. Hey, we're moving to the left. The platform has disappeared. Nice. All right, so it's like restarting. That's good. Going real, we're getting things done steadily. Got almost 3 worlds done. Nice. Level design, not visuals or anything. That's very exciting. Thank you for sharing. That's awesome. Love to hear it. That's a lot of work, is deciding what all those stages are going to be. That's great. Level design is a weirdly hard thing. You know, I had built a lot of roguelike sort of things for game jams. And then when I decided to do a platformer that last time, my brain completely broke. I was like, I'm a designer. I've been doing design for a long time. I can do some levels. I understand the theories behind it. I can do, and then just like I completely pooped. Like it was a disaster. So good for you. Okay. Love it. Things are moving. So now with the player, we need when the player jumps, we need them to move forward by a certain amount that allows them to outpace the scrolling. But only when they are jumping and not on the floor. Saw a great short today that really encapsulates my process. Oh, do tell. All right. A little nervous to just throw that in, but okay. Stop doing get gravity. Not is on floor. Yeah, just do that. Okay, let's give that a shot. Okay, so our forward velocity is not happening. Jump boost horizontal. What are we at here? Let's say 500. See what happens there. Nothing. What if I change it to 550,000? Yep, there we go. Okay, so something is happening. Good to know. Okay, 5,000 is a lot. Let's go down to 1,000. Okay, so it's really jittery. It's like it's only like it's technically working, but it's like it's only kind of applying it for this amount of time that jump is actually pressed. In fact, if I can, no, okay. So if I could hold it in and keep it up, but it's like you think up a simple puzzle, and like you have to realize that your player has no context yet. So if you need to like jump up to a platform to push a box off of it, you got to teach the player those things individually. Yes, for sure. Then they can push boxes, and before that, make sure they can jump. Totally. It reminds me of Game Maker's Toolkit and all of his devlogs around his Magnet game and how weirdly hard it was to get people to understand really basic things. And it's something that every designer runs into. You have this vision in your head, it's clear as day, and then you put it in front of the user, and it's just like, you know, the old quote of like, no battle plan survives contact with the enemy, right? It's just instant chaos. And that's the whole part of design, is how do we make this concept digestible by humans and so they can have the experience that we're hoping that they can have. That makes perfect sense, Queen Anne. Okay. Well, folks, this has been super fun. We made a lot of progress. We got a dog on the screen. We got art. We got jumping indicators. We have the platform. We have the side scrolling and everything. It's great. We need to obviously tune up that jumping behavior, and then we need to get the backgrounds moving in a parallax fashion, which is fine. We can do that. And we'll go from there. This has been a lot of fun. It's been fun to kind of dive back into this. Great. Thanks so much for hanging out, everyone. Yeah, woo! Blades, absolutely. Really enjoyed Jim TK's dev commentary from Minor. Yes, yeah, totally. That's exactly the one. All right, folks, you're all fantastic. Thank you so much for all the support. Thanks for coming in, hanging out, saying hi, contributing to the conversation, being the lurkers, forming that backbone. Dexan, thank you so much for all of the financial contributions. You're just ridiculous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And say hi to everyone over there for me. And love you guys. All right. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and head out. Maripon! What awful timing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. Good to see you, though, friend. Take care. We'll catch you next time. Maripon, hope you're doing well. See ya.